corps to take on vets. Now, that's what the first paragraph of the New York Times said, that they're training them with these dummy MP5 BB guns and the rest of it with Homeland Security all over the nation. But that's only one program. Then they have other programs in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade right on up, where the public schools and Secure Corps do warrant service, fugitive apprehension. So, see, it's not good for kids to have guns and paintball and play or do laser tag or whatever. The media says that's evil and bad. But if you do it under the government, it's okay. That's a sanctioned, kosher place to do this. So the kids run out and want to be part of this, and it's under state control. And Hitler took the Boy Scouts that Germany had and militarized it and turned it into the Hitler Jugend and said, you're going to spy, you're going to tattle. And we have public schools all over the nation, writing dossiers on your parents, what's in the medicine cabinet. They have law enforcement semester starting in the 6th grade, and then they have them again in the 8th and 9th grade, where the kids have a federal deputized local county sheriff or police officer in the class teaching them. And now the economy is converting over where most of the new scholarships and grants aren't for electrical engineering or arts or botany or biology. It is now all about law enforcement. ITT technical isn't ITT technical. It's now ITT law enforcement or security guards. This is the new economy. They're converting it over because the big banks own all these private companies that supply the police and the military, and Lockheed Martin puts in the face scanning cameras and the license plate reading cameras, and Lockheed Martin and others put in the license plate readers and the red light cameras. All of this they're making huge profits off of. They're converting our economy. Brain scanners at the airports, biometric scanners that scan your naked body, big defense contractors, if you read all over the country, putting cameras in school bathrooms, cameras in the school lunchrooms, cameras in the classrooms, free federal computers where the kids do their English class stuff on a federal computer and a laptop they take home, but they admit that that's downloaded by the feds to, quote, check for plagiarism. And because they run it against a database, but also a database of what your kids are. And during the law enforcement class, it's on a computer that goes to the feds. So now it's actual dossiers being written about your family. They admit this in the actual grants to the schools, but to the parents, they're told, "Oh, your child's being taught how to be a police officer, and isn't this great? They're going to be like Jack Bauer." And then notice almost all the toys. Whole aisles at Target or Toys R Us are about kid spies. Get this, be a spy. Get that, be a spy. You watch the kids' shows on TV, it's all about being spies and spy kids. Massive total conditioning everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as they convert us to this. And then the New York Times reports, oh, isn't it great? The little girls tell their mom not to take a bath. They tell their mom not to eat as much food. She's overweight. Her carbon footprint's too big. And then parents email me and call me and go, yeah, my kid came home and said, turn the sink off. You're using too much water and our light bulbs are wrong. Sounds reasonable reason to have them be little spies of the states to these environmental parents, but then it can quickly be converted over into, what does mommy drink? What does mommy smoke? What does mommy say? What does mommy do? And now that's happening. So when you see this, these guys are being trained to take on vets, trained to take on gun owners, trained to take on the American people. And in Kurt Nemo's article, excellent article, AmeriCorps' paramilitary propaganda ad, in this story, he details with links to the Homeland Defense Pentagon link, where they admit this is their main function is homeland surveillance and intelligence. Well, what did Obama say in that speech? In fact, pull that up. It's in the Obama Deception. That's why the film's so important. But I just want to go over all this right now. If you go to it, he says we needed a civilian intelligence agency just as big and strong as the military. Well, that's 1 million strong. And then I got corrected a few weeks ago in the LA Times. The congresswoman said, no, we want 7 million. See, people think I exaggerate. I said 1 million because he said that. 7 million. And Kurt details in this article, AmeriCorps' paramilitary propaganda ad, also the Daily Newscaster detailed it, how this is to work with police departments, public safety grants, the war against terrorism on the home front, and they give them the training manuals that say conservatives, gun owners, people that make frequent references to the U.S. Constitution. They need eyes and ears to do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Obama, what he's saying they will be used for, as they do military drills on TV. Here it is.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
Okay, that's enough. Now, let me go ahead and get into the other things that are happening. The text of H.R. 1966, the Cyberbullying Act, racing through the House, openly states, word for word, that if you hurt someone's feelings, they sign an affidavit, federal felony, 5 years in prison, massive fines. You can go read it for yourself. Okay, then they have other bills introduced. This just came out this Sunday, broke at Infowars.com. We have a link to the No Fly, No Buy Act, H.R. 2401, where they state openly to everyone that no judge, no jury, no arrest, no wire on the list, just you're not allowed to buy guns and SWAT teams are coming to take them. Ladies and gentlemen, my dad's been on a no-fly list. And they say, no way to get off. You can write a letter here and to some secret agency. We feel like it, you might get off of it because, you know, his name's very common. Airport secures bars all, or does it? And he just brought in an article about the body scanners. I've got other crazy articles about patents for exploding cyanide chips I didn't get to last week, where they want to put exploding cyanide chips in you. If you're not good, they hit a radio frequency and it kills you. This is what governments are pushing. By the way, that's AP. And they're just like, oh, what's wrong with your cyanide chip? You're not with Al-Qaeda. I mean, my God, you know, there was that famous case in 2012 when the Al-Qaeda tried to hit this or that, and because they had exploding cyanide chips, it saved the children. You're not for killing children, are you? Then take your, this is remember Homeland Security saying they want us to all wear taser bracelets when we get on planes? In fact, pull that up for folks. And then Homeland Security came out and said, yes, we're looking at making you wear taser bracelets right out of the Running Man. Next, it's an exploding necklace around your neck. Folks, it's so over the top, the public doesn't. They've introduced bills. Look at this one. Bill in Congress would ban gun ownership at will. I'm going to cover that next. But first, Aaron Dykes did more research this weekend. You'll do a blurb about this. He tends to do the research and so busy he never gets to the articles. David Gergen, it's bipartisan, big Republicans, Trilateral Commission is involved with this city year division of Secure Corps. They hand out private grants so the fat cats make the money, but it's under federal control. This is the new fascistic model they call socialism. They mix in their recruitment videos with Mahatma Gandhi, who would fight against that, not squads of tattletales in government uniforms. And so you're here to give us the inside scoop on this one division. They've got at least 10 divisions of these people. They're going to have the elderly, the senior corps, the Enviro Corps, the Green Corps, the Security Corps. That's what this is. It just goes on and on. The Infrastructure Corps, that's InfraGuard with the 56,000 executives with license to kill their employees during emergencies. 007 power. Preachers, the Clergy Response Team Corps. And it's all bipartisan. So, Aaron Dykes, let us break down the research you've done just on this one division.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I think you probably remember around the time Obama deception was coming out, a lot of people were like, oh, is there really going to be some civilian national force service? And then it
was all announced by the White House and all announced by the last two White Houses, and then people still live in denial.
Yeah, people tried to deny it, and then Rahm Emanuel has a book on it. He's on TV.
He gave 20 speeches, C-SPAN, everywhere.
Yeah, it turns out Brzezinski wrote about it in his book. And now David Gergen, back in 2007, helped launch America Forward, which is a collective of all these organizations, including City Year and also teachers. There's literally some 60-plus organizations, and he's just launched all of them.
And by the way, if you nexus it in, last week, 50-plus top academics and NGOs came out and called for world government. It's all the same groups. And they all get government money to come in and take over your cities and counties. We had that British guy on about a month ago about the group over there doing the same thing. This is how they're taking over. And then they tell all the other churches, join us, we'll give you federal money to put out our propaganda. But if you don't join us, we're going to come and arrest you for tax evasion.